Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Senators started debate today on Nebraska's budget for the next 2 years.
Some say it's one of the most important days at the legislature as they decide how money is going to be spent. Channel 8's Veronica Barreto joins us now with more. Veronica, what'd you find out?
The Appropriations Committee gave a final approval of its proposed budget last week. They delivered the final proposal to senators 24 hours before the start of today's session. The close to $10 billion two-year budget provides money for Governor-Jim-Pillen's top priorities, like tax cuts and establishing a $1 billion education fund.
We dealt with this budget numerous hours to conclude what we did. I think it's a fair budget. I think we thought through the process.
Supporters say the proposal's goal is making sure the state's fiscal position remains strong years from now.
We were very cautious about how we spent dollars, about how much money we left for the floor for individuals to utilize on legislative priorities.
Some of the priorities include increased school aid, a proposed new state prison, as well as a water canal in western Nebraska and Colorado. The final version of the proposal leaves over $700 million to be spent on the legislative floor, but that number is around $100 million less than had been predicted. Under the proposal, there are some priorities that may need to be scaled back to make up for the shortfall.
This budget is about playing politics at its worst. Pet projects, prisons, stealing from the poor, and propping up tax cuts that are unaffordable, inequitable, and unsustainable.
The Nebraska League of Women Voters say 24 hours is not enough time for senators to read an over 200 pages proposal. They say one of the main concerns is whether the state will be able to manage financially in coming years as major tax cuts are proposed.
So when you look at those two things together and you take a look past this year, eventually that'll create an environment where we don't have enough money to support the programs that we all benefit from.
For now, senators are still debating some changes they want to see in the budget and what the final priorities are going to look like. No word on when it could come up for a first round vote. For more on this story, you can visit KLKNTV.com.
We'll be sure to keep people updated as well. It's their money, right? The budget. Thank you so much, Veronica.